Yes, yes. Actually, this is an older generation, and wait to see this. Hey, Facebook, take a video. So it is taking a video right now.
Part 9, take 1.
If I can tell you the amount of conversations that we've been having behind the scenes, and the impact that it is having on CTA, the impact it's having on me, the impact it's having on us. Alex, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing even just how you think and how you approach things. So at the end of this CTA, we're going to be making such an amazing announcement, so keep watching. But where we are in the story, you can even see we've changed the setup and the look and feel. Ooh, I'm excited about where we're jumping into. Your transition into metal.
Yes.
Okay, so 2001, they come calling, and Netflix comes calling,
Yes.
Meta comes calling, it excites you, you feel passionate, and it's like a convergence of all the different skill sets that you've gathered along this journey.
Yes. Every decision I make from a career perspective, I'm focused on the mission. What does Meta do? They build technologies that connect the world. That's good. That's what I've been trying to do all my life. Say, hey, how can I be able to connect the world and make it more of a global village? That's what they do. And then I get to use Meta products all the time. Call my mom using WhatsApp. I use Messenger with my friends. Facebook is something that I use all the time. Got my Insta moments as well. Different crowd, because my Insta pictures are different from the ones that I have on Facebook.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm using every day. And their vision and mission just spoke to me. The idea to be part of, in the middle of the world and just say, hey, how can I be able to help 3 billion that time, 4 billion people around the world? The impact is global impact that you'd never get anywhere else.
So what happens? Now you relocate, or you don't relocate,
yes.
You personally relocate to...
Yeah, so at that point, it was still at the end of COVID. So I was working from home for the most part.
So you resigned from this other company?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
They must have felt it, eh?
Yes, I told them I'll gladly accept another role somewhere else. Plus, 12 years was good enough. And I was ready to start seeing something else. So this is a great opportunity for me to go into internal audit. Global company, global impact. Really exciting opportunity. I met with the team. These guys were the hungriest. We are a superb team. So if I look back and just see what makes us successful as Meta internal audit, that's a team. And how hungry they are to make change in the world. Just
break it down what Meta internal audit means.
Yes.
I want people to have an understanding of the magnitude of your role.
Yes. So internal audit in any organization, especially the ones that are publicly traded, the goal is to be able to provide independent assurance. What that means is that we know the control environment that management is putting in place to make sure at least we can assess them right and move them towards the right direction from fixing not just short-term but long-term. So provide independent assurance for the audit committee that represents the shareholders of a company, simply put. So you want to make sure the number that shows up is complete and accurate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. What does this look like from a global company? I can't fathom. I'm aware that my content is watched by more than just Kenyans.
Yes.
But I can't even fathom what it means to have a Japanese sitting down and watching CTA.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
I look at Mr. Beast and I look up to that guy because he's been able to have various YouTube channels, and that includes translation of those channels for that audience. That's a different scope of thinking.
Yes. So AI is coming to simplify your work.
I'm so excited, and we'll let that conversation.
Yes.
But for you, what does this mean from even a mindset perspective of global? You have to think about India.
Yes, yes. So the way I think about global is thinking about what do we do as a company? What type of products do we have? What's the type of impact the products have, and then having focus areas on specific things: security, privacy, making sure that we have the right technology to serve the world, making sure that. So I don't.
So you audit even security.
Yes. So one of my scope areas is information security.
So it basically you talk about data protection.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can I show a practical example?
Yes.
In my thought process.
Yes. Yes.
So just get your glasses out.
Yes.
Put those things on. These are VR glasses. These are
smart glasses.
Smart glasses. Sorry,
yes.
not VR glasses. Smart glasses. It means that you, in an essence, how does it not know my data? Does that make sense?
Yes. I'll give you an example. So hey Facebook, take a photo. Okay. So the photo that I just took of you is something that's restricted within our ecosystem to make sure that only the people who are allowed to see it are able to see it.
Wow.
Because you can imagine a lot of people would have access to information that's very confidential. And therefore you want to make sure at least only the people who are allowed to see it are able to see it. So for example, when I go into I post this picture on my Facebook and I say put it private, just my friend group. That's important for us to make sure we're in compliance with that.
So basically somebody can't hack into that.
Yes.
And be able to grab the data or be able to see, for example, if it was video.
Yes.
Because I'm sure AI is going to get, the smart glasses are going to get to a point where you can even live stream.
Yes. Actually, this is an older generation, and wait to see this. Hey, Facebook, take a video. So it is taking a video right now. And the video is going to be maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So imagine that you're in a setting where you've said, I want to secure this data. There are only certain people that I want to have access to this. That's what you've told Meta. And they need to be able to make sure that happens. So there are two different ways. There's who has access to your data, or who can hack into the database that has the data that you're looking for.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, that's just brilliant. Those are glasses that you're having a smart conversation with.
Yes.
This is technology that a lot of people people are probably seeing this. A lot of people are seeing this for the first time and not understanding that this technology already exists.
Yes.
Which is already brilliant.
Yes.
Can that, for example, that device go to the point of having phone conversations?
Yes. So this is an older version. This is the first generation. The one that you have is a brand new view. You can actually have full phone conversation. So someone calls you, you can have a full conversation with it. You can listen to your music. You can take pictures. You can take videos. Soon you're going to be able to translate things using AI. What's in front of me tells you what the product is in front of you. You're going to be able to do so much with it. And the capabilities are already here now. Okay. You don't need headphones, first of all, if you're wearing this, because it has the best sound system ever. Okay. You don't need a camera.
Yes.
You don't need a phone. You can have full conversation using your glasses.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to get into this, but I just wanted to understand the concept of the security.
Yes.
I wanted to layman it.
Yes.
I wanted to make people understand in terms of your role,
yes,
what are the kind of things that you do,
yes,
to audit security.
Yes. So there are different frameworks that talk about what's expected. What we do is that we make sure everything about the company is in compliance with those requirements.
And this, in context, is for the various products.
Yes.
So we're talking about WhatsApp.
Yes.
You're talking about IG.
Yes.
You're talking about FB.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
But if you think about it, Facebook headquarters is on Hackaway. They've been hacking our system. We've been hacking our own systems for a long time. So there's a history of security, there's a history of privacy over so many different years. So it's history. We built with privacy and security in mind.
Okay.
So that's the most important thing. As a culture within the company, that comes number one.
So what does this look like as you get into this environment and start working? For you, are you excited about the role? Are you challenged? What's the working environment is? I worked at Google,
Yes.
But Google Kenya,
Yes.
push it on. Yeah.
Yes.
Outsourced.
Yes, yes.
So I got to
Yes.
experience the life in a company like that.
Yes.
But what does it look like in Meta? Meta
So-
is the what do you call the place? The Meta is what's the place called? The mega? No, what's the word that's used? The Mecca.
The mecca of a place to work, good
Yes.
place for places to work. For many years, actually, Meta was named #1, best places to work in the world. And it's best places to work for in the world for a reason. First of all, you feel welcomed. It's an environment, first of all, that makes you feel good to be there. Name recognition by itself just makes it good for you to. The mission itself, in terms of building technologies that bridge the world, is a big good thing. The facilities, totally different, out of this world. So as a culture, they've also built an environment where people listen to each other very well, and they want to be heard as well. Kind of like, hey, let's listen to what this other person's perspective is. Very welcoming of diverse perspectives as well. Yes. So I get into the environment,
So in
and
the
everyone
beginning,
is
you're
welcome.
working. It's because it's COVID. There's no gatherings,
Yes.
physical gatherings.
Yes, there's no physical gatherings, but I'm meeting with my team. I'm meeting with other folks that I'm connecting with on the business side. So there's no short of meetings.
And let me also say, COVID must have presented a very good use case for the products that Meta was bringing on board, because suddenly Meta has always been about we don't need to physically meet to be able to work.
Yes.
So suddenly your products come forefront.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the first time when I joined, I used the Oculus, the original MetaQuest, also the original version of it.
Yes.
It was seamless. I was sitting, it was a VR design at that point. I'm inside a room.
The MetaQuest one.
Yes.
The one that I have.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
I will just bring it just to show context.
Yes. I'm inside a room and I have it on, and I feel like I'm next to someone who's in Europe, right next to me. So it's just magical. And I can feel them talking on the left of my ear, like they're sitting physically next to me.
Yep.
Yes.
I just want to show people for context.
Yes.
This is one that I bought maybe last year. I bought this just because I knew the world was going here.
Yes.
And I was impressed. So now this is the first, when you join, you
Yes.
get this gadget.
Yes, I get that gadget, yes. And for me, I want to be an enthusiast first. So anything that's happening in there, I want to be able to understand. How does the technology work? I'm curious personally. So I spend a lot of time just understanding how the gadget works. How do they protect it? How do they have the right level of controls and the capabilities that I say to have?
And is that, okay, let me ask this question. What does that then do for you mentally?
I'm in a happy place. For the first time, I feel like I'm part of a future. Because it's different. So in other places where you audit, there's an aspect of legacy. This is how we've always done this, and this is how we'll do it. In this environment, yes, I have, the classic view of how things are done now, but there's also the futuristic thing that a company is investing on. So it makes you feel like you're part of a future. The future is still unfolding right before your eyes. Yes, and there's nothing, I'll say something unique. If you have a founder CEO, it's a different feel. Yes, because they have brilliant ideas and they back the brilliant ideas over and over again. And you're like, I can see where you're going with this.
And
yes,
had you met the founder by this time?
I hadn't met the founder at that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, you've met the founder now.
Yes. Yes.
The founder being Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes. Yes. It's a different feel when you're around these folks because they're focused on the solution, adding value as much as possible. Yes, there is a humanity part of it, but at the same time, these are very brilliant people who've been building this for a long time.
What's the culture like? What's the mindset of a founder like that? as compared to the different places you've worked, what makes this guy this different? Why is he constantly getting 1 billion people to adopt and use his products?
He's building products at work. Yes, and they've been doing that at Meta, starting out with Facebook and some of the classic applications that we've had. They built that something that solves a problem. Focus on what solves a problem, and then perfect it along the way. Make it really good, and then make sure that you meet their commitments in terms of privacy, security, and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does hard work look like? Or in this time, is it just a breeze and an enjoyable place where there's 28 restaurants that you can eat at any time for free?
Yes. Hard work means that you're on top of the game all the time. Some of his technologies are brand new, cutting edge. So how do you make sure that security is good in this new technology that no one has ever seen?
Wow. Think
about it. No one has ever built some of his technologies. Now you're thinking, how do I contextualize what I know in a technology that's constantly changing and developing? How do I make sure the framework works? Which is the exciting part of it, is that you're constantly learning from these folks. Hey, this is how we do this is how we do things. And I think based on the context that I understand in terms of overall technology as well as security, I can be able to contextualize that. Some of it is, hey, let me add this piece and this piece together. We're providing the assurance that we need.
But that also means that you have to immerse yourself in the technology, in the products. It doesn't mean that you just come with you're pioneering the space and you're pioneering the field.
Yes.
Part of the reason why I bought this, despite its price at the time, especially buying it from Kenya, was because I was like, this is where things are going. This is the new mobile phone of the day. Yes, this looks bigger, but one day it will get smaller. I just didn't think it would get smaller this soon.
Yes.
So,
the newer version looks a lot smaller, yes.
And lighter.
Yes.
So for you, what does this mean when you immerse yourself into the tech? Because now you're forced to become...
Yes. I think it's also having a lot of conversation with the people who built it. You know, what was the intent? Have they considered this? Have they considered this? For the most part, they have. Because you design everything with security and privacy in mind. So as you're starting something, you already think, hey, what are the possibilities of someone getting into this? And they're designing it right from the ground up, which is really, really important. Cultural and ethic within the company. Yes.
So now when the physical opens up, what year is this that it opens up? 2022?
Going back, end of 2021. So we begin to go back into the office, but it was piecemeal. It was maybe 2-3 days a week. 2022, yes, it was full blown. I was in the office all the time.
And where is this office at this time?
Menlo Park, which is close to San Francisco.
Okay.
Yes, 15 minutes from Stanford in Palo Alto.
And how far from Washington, D.C.?
6 hours away.
So what does that look like from a life perspective?
Coming in on Monday and leaving on Friday. Yes.
So this time you're not relocating your family?
Yes. So, and the reason for that is Shaka, my second born, was in graduating high school. Ken, at that point, he was in college, finalizing next year. And Leo is, in 5th grade. I'm like, this is too much disruption for them. So let me do the commute thing, have them stay stable, and see how I can be able to kind of like manage both worlds. Plus, at the same time, when I'm on the West Coast, I'm fully immersed in these technologies. This is brand new stuff. I'm like excited about it, so I'm learning a lot. So I'm able to kind of like have a lot of time focusing on what's important from the tech side, a lot of time working with my team and learning what they want and how I can be able to remove roadblocks for them. A lot of time making sure that at least we're adding value, and we continue to add value now and in the future.
Had you settled your family? By that I mean, had you gotten yourself your own permanent home where you saw yourself growing old in? Had you settled in life where you're like, okay?
Yes, around 2018 we were able to buy a home. It's a little further out. It's a place called Great Falls. 2-acre lot. We have deers passing. We have foxes passing. It makes you feel like you're home.
Wow.
Very, very simple life. I have a well. I have a septic tank. I fix a lot of the stuff myself too.
Yeah.
You know, but when you go in, it's home.
But let me also
Yes.
say, and I say this with humility on your behalf.
Yes.
But you arrived. What I mean is the dream.
Yeah.
You're not in that one bedroom that you started this whole story with.
Yes.
And I think it's important that we hear this success story.
Yes. By other measures, yes, I've arrived. But still, there's so much to explore out there in terms of technology. How can I be able to work with my team for them to be really good at what they do? Because when they move up, then I'm able to influence a lot more. Yes. So arrival at different stages of your life means different things.
Okay, let's have this arrival conversation. You're not running away from poverty.
Yes.
You've attained the American dream, the thing that you entered the country trying to pursue and achieve.
Yes. Well, my kids are still going to college, so still
and they've gone to that college.
Yes, yes.
that you wanted.
Yes, yes. But
without student debt.
Yes, they don't pay any student debt.
Bro, you've arrived. Yes. And I mean, you know, the Kenyans have this kind of humility thing that we do, where unless you don't have Zakayo coming for you, us guys, we can't say it loudly. But what I'm trying to just say is this: I'm trying to show that it is possible.
Yes.
You see all these stories that you've been telling us about focus, hard work, about upskilling.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to show that it pays off.
Yes.
It works out.
Yes. Eventually, yes, if you have a focus, a vision, goal that you're trying to go to, you'll get it. And you're persistent and you're resilient, you'll be able to make it.
Alex, there are very few Kenyans in the diaspora and the diaspora, I'm not just talking about America. I'm talking about on the globe.
Yes.
Who work at the position that you do. The reason why I'm going to keep saying this, it's not about chest thumping. It is about showing, here's an example to aspire to. On CTA, there's 4 different elements of value that CTA gives. We give education. We're about to enter some crazy education right now, and we've been giving out throughout. We give information. I mean, we give entertainment. We've been laughing and having fun. We give positive entertainment.
Yes.
But thirdly, lastly, but definitely not least, especially to a generation, we give aspiration. So there are people who are watching this and can look at you and be like, remember that story that you're saying? What's a guy in Patch called? The one who went to sit down next to and learn.
James Mugo.
James Mugo.
Yes, yes.
You are now a James Mugo to many people.
Yes.
And part of the reason why I thank you for coming to this show is because now I can look and say it's possible. Are you getting what I'm trying to do?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's with great humility that I hear that. I think my goal is to just make sure that at least people see the possibility. Sometimes we focus on the barriers. I cannot do this because of this. I cannot do this because of this. But I think with, again, that vision and just relentless pursuit towards that vision, you're going to make it.
This is not a theoretical
it might come short term, but it might come long term.
Yep, and it's taken you years.
Yes, yes.
This is a journey that you were telling me started in the 90s.
Yes, yes. The sum of the things that I did 91 to 94 in Patch are coming back. I'm like, that guy used to do that. That I can bring back into my leadership. And it works out really well. The things that I did in between 95 to 96 with Mama Tony's comes into fruition. The rewinding taught me a lot. The uongozi that came after that. The work environment that I ended up working, doing the exchange program with CLA, working Arthur Anderson, helped me a lot. The preparation for what happened in terms of new regulatory compliance requirements from Sarbanes-Oxley in the US, the pursuit of the IT and the technology side of things, it's paid. But there's still so much more to do.
And we're coming to that so much. But you're the one who's taught me.
Yes.
Stop here and receive some flowers, bro.
Yes.
You've made it, and we are glad that you are here seated down. Because people, a generation, a Gen Z, are people in the, forget even just the Gen Z, people in the diaspora who are having it tough.
Yes.
Can look at this life and be like, okay, maybe I just need to switch here and switch there. And I'm glad that there's a lighthouse, in a sense, that is able to illuminate the path for those who are coming after.
Yes, yes. I'm forever indebted to, Kenya and the education system. but I'm also very inspired when I see young people changing the world. We are very smart. We're very empowered. We're very engaged from a tech perspective. Other countries are not like that.
Yep.
So there's so much potential that can be tapped, either from a work perspective, how can they be able to be Kenya to the world from a workforce perspective, but also, hey, how can we have inspirational leadership that helps? Number 3 is, hey, how can we use this technology to bridge the gap?
Okay.
Yes.
So I've been obsessed, as you can clearly see.
Yeah.
I got the MetaQuest 1, and I want us to transition into a conversation about this technology, where
Yes.
the world is going,
Yes.
where the world is,
Yes.
where the world is going,
Yes.
digital and the technology that is there.
Yes.
By the time I got this, it's not because I understood, I got it to begin experimenting.
Yes.
Part of the thing that I asked you to do was to please come with this technology,
Yes.
this tech, so that we can sell it to Kenyans, so that first and foremost
Yes.
they can see,
Yes.
and so that through CTA they can be able to purchase this without having to wait for I don't know how many delivery days for it to come.
Yes.
We don't have many pieces, so we just
Yes.
have a few pieces. But I want us to talk about this world, AI,
Yes.
VR,
Yes.
virtual reality,
Yes.
artificial intelligence,
Yes.
augmented reality,
Yes.
AR.
Yes.
And even if without those jargons, just
Yes.
let's speak about where technology is headed. What is the disruption that is upon us right now? You are in the
Yes.
company, you work
Yes.
for the number 1 company,
Yes.
you and OpenAI,
Yes.
that are disrupting the whole globe.
Yes. Yes.
ChatGPT is but just the beginning.
Yes. Meta AI is bigger than ChatGPT in many variables.
So let's start.
But the idea for this is to let you know there are possibilities.